Hi fifth graders, it's Mr. O here, and this tutorial video is going to walk you through how to create your company website. So I'm on step 3 on our topics, and it says letter A, open the requirements here. So if I click on that and I open that, it's going to open me up into the website editing requirements. So here's all the required changes that you're going to have, and there are some optional changes, and I will list out more optional changes. So right now I only have one down there at the time of this recording, but you may see later on that I might have more, and I will have shorter tutorial videos for those additional things that you want to add. But anyways, going back to here, it says letter B, watch this tutorial video, and then it says the project you will remix can be found here. So if you click on that, that will take you right here. And this was the site called Glitch that I asked you to sign up for last week. And so Glitch is a site where you can build web pages and then actually have a live web page that you can view on any device. And so basically what you're going to do is once you arrive here, in the top right corner, if you haven't signed in already, you're going to sign in with Google. Okay, and once you sign in with Google and you select your account, you'll be in the right spot if you see your last name, app name, this project right here, and then you see that you've signed in the top right corner. Okay, so basically you're going to be recreating a site that looks like this. So this is just a basic site, and it's got different sections, and you're going to be just rewriting this according to the requirements doc. Okay, so as long as you follow this doc, it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. So it says step 0, remix the project and rename the file. Okay, so let's go over here. If I get to this main page right here, I can click on view source, and then it'll take me right here. Now, a couple things before I get into it. You'll notice that you've hopefully seen from the videos that you have to write your HTML code in your index.html file. So I'm looking over here at the left side. You'll notice the script.js, we're not going to have to worry about that. But where we add our styles is in this style.css file. Okay, so I've got index.html, I've got style.css, and then lastly, I have this thing called assets, which is where I'm going to upload any photos that I want. All right, well, going back to step 0, it said to remix the project and rename the file to your last name, app name. Okay, if you look in the top right corner, it says remix to edit. So what I'm going to do is click remix to edit. And then notice in the top left corner, okay, so it says you can now edit this project here. Got it. Okay. And so this is now mine. But in the top left corner, it had created a crazy name for me. So what I want to rename it to is according to the project guidelines. So I want to change it to my last name, and then I want to do my app name. So my app is called Latin Likes. Okay, so now once I have that, okay, that is now my web page. All right, so you should see in the top left corner, in Latin Likes, and now I've got my web page. Something that you should see is that there's this thing called show. If I view it in a new window, it'll show me what this web page looks like. But the view that I like is next to the code so that I can see the changes that I make. So I'm just going to close this one right here. Okay, so I can see the changes that I make. All right, so let's get started. Step 0, I already did. Step 1, change the app name that's on index.html line 8. So if I go back to my page here, index.html line 8. Okay, right here. So I'm going to change this to whatever my product is, whatever your app name is. I'm just going to type in whatever. And then notice it starts showing up on that web page, right? Okay, I took care of step 1. Step 2, change the app slogan. That's on index.html line 10. So again, if I go back here, all of these pages are, all of these lines are numbered. So here's my product slogan. I'm going to leave line 9, but I'm going to get rid of this line right here. Okay, and I'm going to update my app slogan. Easy enough. I'm not going to change it right now because hopefully you see it. Step 3, provide a brief description of what your app does, which is index.html line 12. And so I'm going to go here, index.html line 12. Okay, so I'm just going to have to get rid of this over here. And I'm going to describe, as long as I don't get rid of that closing P tag right there, right? So I don't want to get rid of that. I just want to describe what this thing does, okay? So I'll go ahead and get rid of that text there. And if you can figure out how to select it or select more than one word at a time, it's a little bit kind of like clumsy in terms of selecting. So you may have to just kind of like go through and delete the whole thing in order to edit your slogan, okay? So I'll just leave it right here and imagine I edited my slogan and it's all done. Great. Yay, okay, like so now my slogan is updated, okay? And then I'll go to my next step right here and it says explain the problem, index.html line 13. So you're going to want to look at the problem that your app addresses. And again, you're going to want to go ahead and delete and then put in the problem that your app addresses. Make sure that when you're putting these things in that you're not deleting these paragraph tags. This tag is actually a bold tag. That's how problem it addresses shows up as bold over on this side. Okay, so make sure that you're not deleting those tags. If you are, just hop back on the meet and I can help you out with that. Oops. Let's see the next thing here. Explain the target audience. That looks like it's on line 14. Oops. Line 14. So I'll go back over target audience. Okay. So I'm right here and I want to get rid of this. And I'll go ahead and delete that if I needed to. All right. Starting to get down to some other things. Add team members, line 16. All right. So if I wanted to add a team member, I can go to line 16 right here and I put my name. And if you want to put in like a fake position, great, like CEO or CFO or CIO. You can look those things up and see what it means. The next step that it has is that it says add an image for yourself. So obviously, and that says index.html line 17. So obviously you don't want to leave my picture in, but you're going to want to add a picture of yourself. And so I would suggest you don't have to put your own picture, like your real picture, just maybe find an emoji. And then if you select your emoji, just add it to photos. And then what you're going to want to do is go back here and you're going to want to add that as an asset. So you're going to upload an asset from your photo library and recent. Okay, I'll upload that. Okay, and so now I've got this right here. And here's how you actually add the picture. If you just select on it, oops. If you select on it, there. It comes up with this huge thing right here. And if I click copy, so I've just copied the image. And then if I go to my index.html, you might need to double click it. Notice right here where it says image src, it's got this big thing in quotations. So I'm going to need to get rid of that. And as I get rid of that, I can actually add in, that's kind of cumbersome, but I can add in that new picture that I just added in, okay, or that I just uploaded. So Again, a little bit cumbersome in terms of like adding it here. Okay, but I get rid of that. I make sure that it's inside these two quotation marks, and I just paste that image that I got. Okay, and so now you can see, hey, it shows up. All right, here's a quick little trick. If you don't like the size of your picture, you're going to go to style.css and see right here on line 12, you can change this width to whatever size you want. If you wanted it a little bit bigger, okay, now it shows up a little bit bigger. You can actually add in something called height, and as long as you put your colon and then, you know, maybe another height size, px, and then end it with a semicolon, and then that will change again the picture size there. So you can edit it as far as the image size. The image size that I have already in there is actually like a pretty good size, so you don't have to necessarily do anything with it, but that's just so if you wanted to. Okay, all right, so we got our image, and now last couple steps. Change the background color of your website, style.css line 2. All right, so if I go to style.css, and if I go to line 2, I can change this right here to, I can change it to like a word, right? And then it'll change. I can change it to, yeah, any color that I can think of, but you can also have some more color ideas from this site right here. So I linked it. If you click on that, you click on open, it's going to take you to this place called W3 Schools. And it's got this thing called HTML color picker. So you can get all sorts of different colors and really fine detail. I want you to look on the left side right here where it has lighter, this section that says lighter and darker, right? You can see all these different shades, and then these numbers right here are actually colors. So what you could do is you could go ahead and pick one of these colors, and as long as you copy that hashtag and then go back to your actual original page, instead of typing actual color, you could put in one of those hashtags, and now you've got an even more defined color, right? So as long as you change that, your background color, and then let's see what the final requirement is. Change the color of your app name, style.css line 9. All right, style.css line 9 was right down here. So if I wanted to type in a color, I can type in a color name, or I can find it from that site that I had just linked you to. Again, find a specific color. And then if you want to get the actual name of it or get the hexadecimal value of it, that's what it's called. And then you can change it in there. At that point, you're done with your app. Okay, so you're done with your app, your company website. And so again, this is just to kind of advertise your company website. So let's see what this looks like in a new window. All right, great. Lovely. This is amazing. The last thing that you need to do is that it says in Romanet, it says that you need to post the link for your company on our shared docs. So here's how you get the company link. If you go back to your company website, what you can click is the share, and then what you can click is live app. Okay, and then you can copy the live app, and you should try it on some device. I mean, you're going to be able to see it shows up on your iPad or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go into our shared doc, and then I'm just going to go to right over here, my company website link. Oh, notice you got the pen icon so you can edit, and then I'm just going to paste right back in here. Okay, So look, I've got my own URL for my own company website, which is super cool. I'm done with that part of the project, and now I can move on to step 5, advertising my app using Flipgrid. Now you're going to, just so you know, be able to create an advertisement 3 minutes or less. It's got to show your website. I would encourage you to take a look on Flipgrid, because I'm going to have some samples of what a good advertisement would be. But for this point, you're done with the company website. Great job.